Hi everyone, so there's so many weird things that give me anxiety. So on the way this morning to go on a TV show for Steph McGovern, Channel 4 packed lunch, you'd think you'd get anxiety. But as I was talking to the lovely taxi driver who's also published a book, I'll put a link to that below, we were talking about anxiety, and it's weird because actually I don't feel the same anxiety around appearing on TV. I was on Newsnight last night talking about anxiety, and this morning it was lighter and a fun like lunchtime show, just talking about daily topics and whatnot. But it doesn't give me the same anxiety. It gives me nerves, but I know how to turn nerves into excitement. I'm a very excitable person because I'm a very nervous person. But TV appearances and stage shows, bizarrely, vlogging does not give me anxiety. It makes me nervous, and you get similar feelings to like little bits of feeling anxious, but not suffering from anxiety. Whereas for me, my anxiety is triggered, luckily not by mess, because my house has washing all over it as I literally threw the washing up. Although it does help me having a tidy home, I do get a bit anxious when it's a bit chaotic. It's not that chaotic actually, but I just like it a bit too tidy these days. But anyway, but what really gives me anxiety is upsetting people. So I've spoken a lot about being an extreme people pleaser, like to the point I'd rather please someone else and hurt myself. I'm a lot better at it. I'm a lot more selfish these days and a lot more assertive. And selfish isn't worth. It's more the fact that I know that I need to kind of fill my cup before always giving to others, because then I'll just be really, really stressed and then no use to anyone. But I find if I feel like I've upset someone, or if someone doesn't smile back at me at the street, I'm like, oh my gosh, what have I done? I'm like a proper smiler, if you hadn't noticed. Although I'm finding it difficult with the whole face mask thing, because whilst recording this, we're still in the pandemic on wearing face masks all the time. So I'm trying to like excessively smile with my eyes. And then I'm like, oh no, had they given me a dirty look? Do I even know? So I just have to pretend everyone's smiling back at me. And I always do think, okay, I've got to learn just to give someone my smile, even if they don't smile back. But for me, I get anxiety around little things that I can't control, or if people aren't very kind to me. I really struggle with understanding that. I really struggle with, I don't know, you just think if someone's rude to you. So even a bus driver, when I first got on the bus, I didn't realise that I wasn't allowed to use change. I wasn't allowed to use notes, and I couldn't get change because it was in the pandemic and stuff. And it was the first time I got on the bus. I was nervous about going out of the house because I'm comfortable on TV, on screen, behind the screen, but one-to-one in person and in public, I get really anxious. And then because he said it really loudly in front of everyone, like, do you not know? Like that, like, but really aggressively as well. It always sounds more friendly if it's in Yorkshire accent, but even so, when you're Yorkshire, it doesn't sound as friendly. It was just aggressive in front of everyone. I felt so nervous. I didn't get a bus again for ages. And things like that really trigger my anxiety. It's feeling unsafe. Obviously, issues around the children will always trigger your anxiety. I think that's just a natural thing. But you learn to kind of cope with that because you use positive coping mechanisms. But it's funny, so at the moment, little things trigger my anxiety, and it is definitely still rooted in not pleasing people. And it's quite interesting because I think if I've even slightly offended someone, or someone doesn't like what I've done, I still feel this like wave of like needing to solve it, needing to check they're okay. Like, it's got a lot better these days. When I was a kid, it used to get to the point, I don't know, I have been diagnosed with OCD in the past, but I'm not an expert on it. But it got to a point where I was at school and I said to a teacher, I made a joke I went, that's not funny, because she'd made a joke. And then I was just being sarcastic. And I was only joking back in a banter. And then afterwards, at home, I convinced myself she would have taken her own life. And like, the thought that I might have offended someone, even if it's a teacher, anyone, triggered my anxiety to the point of OCD and obsessive thinking, where I thought, oh my gosh, she's killed herself, then I've got to self-harm. It's like that ridiculous. And that's a weird thing with anxiety, because we're all so different. It's not necessarily like huge things for everyone. Yet for a lot of people, TV appearances and media and vlogging and writing and my new book as well, I've literally put my heart, soul, warts and all out there. But whilst that did give me a lot of anxiety, not to the same extent of offending or thinking I'd upset someone, to the point I'll avoid people, and like literally, like even just thinking about it now, I get like the thought of like upsetting anyone. I've like been such an extreme people pleaser that it's really hard to manage, because you do get to a point in life where you realise that you've got to also please yourself and you've got to be assertive, because you get to a point where people start walking over you because they know that you'll always be there, or you'll always be passive, or you won't say what you think. And I've definitely found my voice. Like, I've always been a bit loud in terms of the volume of my voice, but I've actually been quite passive in terms of how I deal with people. I'm rubbish at conflict. I will avoid conflict at all costs. Put me on stage and dancing in front of millions of people, than put me in a situation one-to-one with a little bit of conflict. No, thank you. That will cause me more anxiety than anything. And the same with one-to-one with people. I get really nervous. So I'm okay, for example, in therapy. I'm okay in group therapy. But the one-to-one intensity with a counsellor or whatever, are just like, whoa, that scares me as well. Because I'm looking at the counsellor thinking, oh, well, do you like me, or do you think I'm a bit weird, or am I saying stuff, are you judging me? And then I'm thinking, oh no, I don't want to offend you because you've obviously got your past. And then I'm thinking, oh, but you might not think like that, I better not get too up on my high horse, or talking about things that might trigger you. And I start to worry about the therapist or the psychiatrist. I start to panic and then think, oh, how rude I've been. I've just been talking about my own issues. I've not even asked you. And then it's awkward because obviously they don't want to tell you because they're not supposed to, I don't think, really. But then I feel rude because I'm like, yeah, but I want to know about you. I'm bored of me. I am me. This is what I talk about all day, every day. So yeah, it's funny. I'd love to know if you have any weird things that trigger your anxiety, if it's something that you suffer from. But whilst I talk about it lightheartedly sometimes, if you see my vlog earlier and yesterday, my previous vlogs on anxiety, and especially my vlogs when I was having an anxiety attack, you know that it is not lighthearted when you experience and suffer from anxiety. It's different feeling anxious about things, but when you suffer from anxiety, it really is triggering and takes over your body, your mind, everything. But I'm all about being proactive, and I have signed up to a 30-day challenge, and because I've started an Influencer Strong program. So it's about getting strong in our mind, body, and on social media. So hopefully the stronger we are as people who work online in ourselves and our self-confidence and self-esteem and self-worth, the less filtered we can be and the more truthful we can be. But also we all have to have boundaries and some kind of private life. But anyways, part of the challenge, we're doing daily workouts together. So I thought I'll try and talk about anxiety, but this is actually how I deal with anxiety, is through fitness, even when I don't fancy it. So I'm still in my dress because I was on TV, so I was not sure. I wore trainers because I was like, do I go in my fitness or do I go in my dress? so I did half and half. So I'm going to do the exercises that don't expose me too much, but we can do anything today. So if you want to join in, if you are feeling anxious today, or you're feeling a bit do just join in at home. I'm no expert. I'm just doing the program set by Mike Green, personal trainer, aka my partner in lunges and I'd say crime, but well, you know, fitness, feel good fitness crime. Anyway, so we're gonna do 8, so you can either do it 8 times or 10 rounds or 20 seconds of some explosive exercise. So it can be star jumps or burpees. Oh, we all love burpees, not. Actually, I'm gonna try and do burpees because my dress is this way, so I should still stay decent, because then I need to write. And I'm actually staying in a dress rather than getting in my gym kit, because when I get in my gym kit, I just dance and exercise, and then I sit differently, so it's really weird. When I write, I actually better to write in a dress, because then I sit and do it rather than, I'm a bit, when I get anxious and agitated, I move too much. So to make me write, if I'm sat in a dress, I'm less likely to move around. But if you're not active, the opposite works. Chill in your gym gear and your active wear like I do. Even get up on a morning, wear nice active wear all day, and you'll be moving around all day, honestly. Anyway, without further ado, let's do this. Let's do our quick blast of anxiety busting exercises whilst my lunch slash tea slash breakfast is on the go, because I've been a bit all over the place today with lots of personal things as well as professional. As ever, when the professional stuff goes really well, there's always challenges in the personal life, vice versa, but things are a lot more manageable because I use positive coping mechanisms these days. So let's go. We're going to do 20 seconds starting now. Star jumps. So you can either do like half and half ones. If you've had kids, I hope you've got a tenor lady on or something, or a weak pelvic floor. So we're going to do 20 seconds, or you can do your full star jumps. I have actually done a HIIT class this morning, just a light one, because I need to start my day with it when my cortisol's high on the morning. This is extremely ladylike. There's no such thing as ladylike. I hate that word. Anyway, then you have a quick rest, and then we're going to go again. So that's round one. So you can vary the exercises or just do your star jumps. Most of all, move around, get rid of that anxious feeling or feeling down. Okay, let's go into our burpees. The best thing to do as well is it's all about habits. So even if you just convince yourself to do burpees whilst the kettle's boiling, you'll feel much better for it. There we are. I think that was 20 seconds. Okay, get my breath back. We're only on round 2. Okay, come on, let's go. Okay, gonna go back to my star jumps if you haven't told. Some of my favourite quotes. Reach for the stars. And today is a new day. Don't forget to laugh, even if it's at me in a dress trying to do star jumps. Although, you could say, you probably think I'm being ridiculous for working out again, but because I've committed to this 30-day challenge, I'm all about habits and not cheating. So whilst you might not be cheating someone else, you're cheating yourself if you don't do it. And that's the thing, it's to like be accountable to yourself and getting in that mindset of those habits. Okay, I think that was round 3. Okay, what should we do now? We'll do mountain climbers. Okay, let's go. Bum down, Sophie, I have to remind myself. Technique. There we are. So I hope you're all doing it at home as well. It's the best way to take action. So we're halfway through, we've done 4 rounds. Okay, let's go back to those lovely burpees. Can't believe I'm doing this in a dress. Not my sports gear, I'm such an idiot. Never mind. I'm only joking. I'm not going to call myself anything negative today. I shouldn't anyway. This is all whilst my food's cooking. I'm trying to eat less processed as well. Because for me with the 30-day challenge, it's not necessarily about losing weight, because I have to be careful on that. It's about feeling strong in my mind and body. So it's getting better sleep, reducing my caffeine, doing positive things for self-care. So whilst you might think body transformation is just about what you look like, it's not at all. It's about how you feel inside out. I'm very much big on mind and body, as you know. Okay, without further ado, I think that was 5. Let's go on to 6. Okay, what we're doing is do star jumps. Hey everyone watching, remember to reach for the stars. We're just having quick anxiety blasting workout. Okay, this is courtesy of the Influencer Strong 30-day challenge. For me, it's about getting strong in my mind and body to also be as helpful as possible on social media. So I think that was round 5 or 6, I don't know. But I can't cheat, so I'll do 3 more rounds just in case, or you can do 10, depending what you want. Okay, take a deep breath. Let's go. I'm going to do burpees. Just do anything to keep moving. Okay, and then I might get my breath back. I might do a little, I'm just stretching out. I might do a little jog. On the spot. So you might want to do high knees or heel flicks, whatever works for you. It's just to get rid of that anxiety. I put on the heating. I shouldn't have done that. It's because when I'm so nesh, which is Yorkshire term for you can't deal with cold. I've got to thank the chef James Martin and Steph's Packed Lunch TV show, because I was on it today and we ate Yorkshire parking, which is the cake. I have to say that in Yorkshire because we always think it's to do with parking the car. And it was like rhubarb, alcohol, sugar, cake, everything. So I'm like, energy blast, and then I'll get some buff crash. Okay, I think that's number 6. So we've got 2 more rounds. Let's go, do whatever you like. I'm gonna do my star jumps. And it's always good to get a heart beating each day, that pulse racing, but for a good cause, like exercise. To overcome anxiety, obviously, I also get professional help. I'm just doing that in my little break to get my breath back. I still have a mental health nurse myself, and also I'm on medication. So if you do suffer from anxiety, do always get professional help, or if a loved one does. because for me anyway, it's taken a combination of things that really work. For me, it's writing, vlogging, fitness, dancing, talking, and having good medication. Okay, let's go. 2 more rounds. And then I'm gonna sit down and write and eat my lunch slash tea slash breakfast slash whatever. Okay, last round. So choose some heart racing exercise to finish off. Actually, I'm gonna do full stand up. Keep going. You've got this. We're nearly there. Hold on. Low battery, story of my life. It's either the storage full or low battery. Let's do 5 last star jumps. 2, 1. Oh no, that was rubbish. See, I have to go over the exercise if I don't think it's very good. And I really need to turn down my heating now. I should have saved money on my electricity and just did that first before turning on my heating. But I'd love to know if you have anxiety, how you deal with it and how it manifests, what triggers your anxiety and any positive mechanisms to cope. I'd love to know. Do chat to me on social at Mama May blog. Also, please do share this video and subscribe for more videos on my journey from self-harm to self-love, although still being perfectly imperfect. Still on my journey. I'll never fully recover. All I will do is learn to manage it better and be a better person each day and grow. That's all we can do. And remember, don't forget to laugh. That massively helps me because I've got a sense of humour and sometimes I just need to laugh as well. So whilst I talk about serious stuff, I like to have a laugh as well. Just because I talk about mental health doesn't mean I'm always really serious or whatever. Obviously, I'm really passionate about talking about my journey and to help others who are like me feel misfits in society. But we've learned to love ourselves anyway and cope in our own way. And also, your vibe attracts your tribe. So you will find other misfits who are just as fabulous as you are. Send you all so much peace, so much love, and so many shimmies. If in doubt, shimmy it out.